When you think of poker pros, it's easy to imagine a life of glamour, high-stakes action, and endless cash. But the reality can be watching your bankroll decline by the millions. In poker, it's not unusual to go months, or even years, without making enough money in tournaments to sustain their often expensive lifestyles. These relentless losses, combined with the immense pressure of the game, can push even the best players to the brink or out of the game entirely. We're exploring the biggest downswings endured by some of poker's most legendary professionals. Daniel Negreanu. Daniel Negreanu, widely known as Kid Poker, is one of the most successful and beloved players in poker history. With over $50 million in live tournament earnings, 6 WSOP bracelets, and 2 World Poker Tour titles, Negreanu has achieved more than most could ever dream of in the game. In 1998, he became the youngest WSOP bracelet winner at the time, earning $170,000 in a pot limit hold'em event. Over the next 2 decades, Negreanu dominated the poker world. His uncanny ability to read opponents, combined with his adaptability across different formats, helped him secure a reputation as one of the best all-around players in the game.
1400. Do you have a king?
I may have.
Do you? Just tell me. It's fine. You have a king? No? Okay, I called in.
Oh my lord, not only was that free information, but Daniel didn't even have to work for it.
He was named WSOP Player of the Year twice, in 2004 and 2013, the only player to achieve this feat. Despite his unparalleled success, Negreanu faced one of the most challenging periods of his career in 2019, when he suffered a $1.2 million downswing during a stretch of high-stakes cash games and tournaments. This was not the first time Negreanu experienced a rough patch. He's been open about past struggles, but the scale of this particular downswing was significant, even for a player of his caliber.
Where if I win, you know, people are saying, okay, whatever. But if I lose, it's like, oh my God. If I lose twice, holy shit. If you lose 3 times, oh my God.
Negreanu later reflected on the experience, explaining that much of the loss came from variance in high-stakes tournaments, where even the best players can go months or years without a major cash. He also acknowledged that his focus on maintaining his personal life and other business ventures during this time may have affected his results. However, Negreanu's transparency about the downswing resonated with fans, showcasing his willingness to share the highs and lows of poker.
But mentally, it was very difficult because there was a feeling of hopelessness where I was making good decisions. Like I genuinely felt like I'm playing really, really well. But every time my money went in, my opponent's money went in, and say I was 60%, 70%, 80%, for about a 2-week stretch, I lost every one of those. And you start to wonder, you're like, man, I can't win if I never win.
Part of what makes Negreanu a true poker icon is his ability to adapt and evolve. During this downswing, he realized that the game had changed dramatically, particularly with the rise of solvers and more mathematically grounded strategies. To stay competitive, Negreanu dedicated himself to studying modern poker theory and refining his approach. Negreanu's downswing wasn't just a financial challenge, it also took an emotional toll. Known for his outgoing personality and confidence at the table, Negreanu has always been open about the psychological pressures of poker. During the downswing, he shared insights into how he copes with losses, emphasizing the importance of maintaining perspective and focusing on long-term success. As with any great champion, Negreanu's downswing was only a temporary setback. In 2022, he bounced back in spectacular fashion, winning the $300,000 Super High Roller Bowl for $3.3 million, one of the largest cashes of his career. This victory reaffirmed his place among the game's elite and silenced critics who doubted his ability to compete with the next generation of players. Patrik Antonius is one of the most recognizable and respected names in poker. Known for his calm demeanor, striking appearance, and precise decision-making, the Finnish pro has carved out a legendary career in both live and online poker. His journey from aspiring tennis player to high-stakes poker legend is a testament to his adaptability and competitive spirit. With his competitive background and disciplined mindset, Antonius brought the same focus and determination to poker that he once applied to tennis. Antonius started by playing small-stakes home games in Finland, but his talent was evident from the start. After honing his skills online and in local cash games, he decided to pursue poker full-time. His breakthrough came in 2005 when he burst onto the live tournament scene. In 2005, Antonius had a career-defining year. He secured a second-place finish at the WPT 5 Diamond World Poker Classic, earning over $1 million. This result catapulted him into the spotlight and established him as a rising star in the poker world. Antonius followed up this success with several deep runs in prestigious events, including the European Poker Tour and the World Series of Poker. Over his live tournament career, Antonius has amassed over $12 million in earnings, making him one of the most successful European players of all time.
$300,000 almost in this pot. And Phil Ivey desperately unlucky on that 4 on the river. And Patrik Antonius wins a monster.
While Antonius is highly regarded for his live tournament results, his true dominance came in the world of online poker. During the mid-2000s, online poker was booming, and Antonius was one of the key players who helped define the era. Playing on platforms like Full Tilt Poker, he became a staple in the highest stakes cash games. In 2009, Antonius was the biggest winner on Full Tilt Poker, earning millions in heads-up and 6 max cash games. His calm and calculated style made him a formidable opponent, and he was often seen battling other legends like Phil Ivey, Tom Dwan, and Victor Blum. Antonius made history by winning the largest ever online cash game pot, a jaw-dropping $1.35 million against Victor Blum in a pot limit Omaha match. The hand remains one of the most iconic moments in online poker history. Guy Laliberté. Best known as the co-founder of Cirque du Soleil, Laliberté built a global entertainment empire that revolutionized the world of circus performance. Laliberté's journey into poker began in the early 2000s. As one of the wealthiest men in Canada, his vast fortune allowed him to explore hobbies and passions with little concern for financial risk. Poker quickly became a favorite pastime, offering the adrenaline and competition he craved. Despite being an amateur, Laliberté was not content with playing small-stakes home games. Instead, he jumped straight into the deep end, joining the highest stakes cash games both online and live. His willingness to gamble against the best players in the world earned him a reputation as a fearless, albeit sometimes outmatched, competitor. Although Laliberté is best known for his online exploits, he also had notable success in live tournaments. Over his poker career, he amassed $2.5 million in live tournament earnings, an impressive feat for a player who never turned professional. One of his most significant cashes came at the 2007 World Poker Tour Bellagio Cup, where he finished 4th and took home $700,000. This performance highlighted his potential at the tables, but his focus was never solely on tournaments. Laliberté preferred the excitement of cash games, particularly those played at nosebleed stakes.
Actually, the challenge of learning a new game brought me into the poker world. I'm a very competitive person. I like to give myself some personal challenge. And I find out that poker was a great game to learn. I've been playing a lot of different games, so I got interested in it, and I just had put a lot of time and attention to it.
While Laliberté's live results were respectable, his online poker career tells a different story. Playing on Full Tilt Poker under multiple aliases, Laliberté reportedly lost $31 million over several years. This figure makes him one of the biggest losers in online poker history. Laliberté's losses weren't due to lack of effort or enthusiasm. Instead, they highlighted the skill gap between him and the professionals he faced. High-stakes online games are notoriously cutthroat, and Laliberté's aggressive but unrefined playstyle often left him vulnerable to exploitation. In interviews, he referred to himself as a fish and acknowledged that he underestimated the skill level of his opponents.
So I had to be very, very precise in my move. I was like a little hamster building up my little nuts by nuts. I didn't get involved in many big clash all in. I didn't, because every time that I had the big hand, there was no action for me.
His willingness to play against the best, including Phil Ivey, Tom Dwan and Patrik Antonius, earned him respect as a competitor, but his lack of experience in such a competitive environment ultimately led to massive losses. In addition to his online play, Laliberté was a regular participant in some of the largest private cash games in Las Vegas and Macau. These games often featured billionaires and top professionals, with pots reaching millions of dollars. Laliberté's involvement in these games further cemented his reputation as one of the game's most adventurous players. His presence at these tables brought a unique dynamic. As a wealthy amateur, he was often viewed as a target by professionals. However, his cheerful demeanor and willingness to gamble made him a beloved figure in the poker community.
But this is not touching me too much because, you know, I've been used to being public, and I'm not here for the fame or the money. I'm just here for the pleasure of it.
You just enjoy the game.
Exactly.
Laliberté's participation in these games also helped to elevate poker's profile, attracting attention from the media and fans alike. Guy Laliberté's poker career is a fascinating blend of ambition, risk-taking and passion. While his massive losses are often highlighted, they overshadow his genuine love for the game and his impact on the poker world. Phil Galfond is a name synonymous with poker excellence. Galfond has achieved greatness both at the tables and beyond. With over $3 million in live tournament earnings and more than $10 million in online winnings, he has cemented his place as one of the all-time greats, but even the most meticulous players can experience setbacks. Galfond first gained prominence in the mid-2000s as an online cash game specialist. Like everyone back then, he played on Full Tilt Poker and PokerStars. He became one of the most respected figures in high-stakes online poker. His success was built on a combination of creativity, discipline, and an uncanny ability to exploit opponents' weaknesses. Galfond's bread and butter was Pot Limit Omaha, a game that rewards aggression and deep strategic thinking. He quickly established himself as one of the best PLO players in the world, taking on legends like Victor Bloom and Tom Dwan in some of the biggest online cash games ever played. His live tournament earnings may pale in comparison to his online achievements, but they underscore his status as a well-rounded player. Despite his success, Galfond's poker journey hasn't been without challenges. One of the most notable setbacks of his career came when he ventured into 2-7 triple draw, a highly complex and skill-intensive game. Unlike his expertise in PLO and no-limit hold'em, triple draw was relatively new territory for Galfond, and the transition proved costly. Over time, he lost $2.5 million, one of the largest downswings of his career. Reflecting on the experience, Galfond admitted that he underestimated the difficulty of mastering a new variant at the highest stakes. The loss was a humbling moment, but it also demonstrated his willingness to take risks and challenge himself, even if the results didn't go his way.
It's running bad is something that happens to all of us, and it happens a lot more than you think it should, and a lot more than you think it will. Variance is a beast, and it's not to be underestimated, but it always is underestimated.
Phil Galfond's career is a testament to the power of intelligence, humility, and perseverance. From dominating the toughest cash games to bouncing back from a $2.5 million downswing, he has shown that even in the face of adversity, success is possible with the right mindset. Didang. Didang, alongside his brother Hakdang, was one of the most successful online poker players during the golden age of internet poker. D took a calculated and methodical approach to the game. This focus and discipline set him apart in an era when online poker was still evolving. Dai crushed high-stakes games on Full Tilt Poker and PokerStars, amassing millions in profits. Dai Dang's journey to poker fame started while he was in college, where he discovered online poker as a way to supplement his income. He quickly moved up in stakes, transitioning from micro-stakes games to the highest nosebleed levels available online. His ability to analyze opponents and maintain composure under pressure earned him respect in the poker community. What made Dai particularly dangerous was his versatility. He excelled in heads-up, six-max, and full-ring games, and he wasn't afraid to face off against the best players in the world. Playing primarily no-limit Hold'em and pot-limit Omaha, D became a regular in the highest stakes games. The Dang brothers became one of the most feared duos in online poker. They often shared strategies and analyzed hand histories to refine their games. Their combined winnings reportedly exceeded $10 million, making them one of the most successful poker families of all time. They were known for their humility and quiet professionalism. They didn't seek the spotlight like many of their contemporaries, preferring to let their results speak for themselves. Their low-profile approach earned them admiration from fans and peers alike, but even the most skilled players can face brutal downswings. In 2009, Dai experienced one of the most significant challenges of his career, a $2.6 million downswing. The volatility of high-stakes games, combined with the unpredictability of variance, hit him hard. Despite his disciplined approach, he found himself battling the mental strain that comes with losing such enormous sums. This downswing wasn't just a financial blow, it also tested Dai's resolve and mindset. However, his ability to stay level-headed during this period demonstrated his professionalism. Unlike some players who would tilt or chase losses, D stuck to his process and eventually recovered from this rough patch. As the online poker landscape changed following the events of Black Friday in 2011, which shut down major poker sites in the US, D-Dang began to re-evaluate his priorities. Recognizing the increasing uncertainty in the poker world, he decided to step away from the game. Alongside his brother, he pivoted to business ventures outside of poker. Although D-Dang no longer plays professionally, his impact on the poker community remains significant. He is remembered as one of the most consistent and disciplined players of his time, embodying the qualities that make a truly great poker player. Jamie Gold. Jamie Gold's rise and fall in poker is one of the most dramatic stories in the game's history. A talent agent turned poker enthusiast, Gold skyrocketed to fame in 2006 after winning the WSOP main event, taking home a record-breaking $12 million. But what seemed like the start of a legendary career quickly unraveled as financial disputes, bad investments, and the volatility of the poker world left him far from the peak he once reached. In 2006, Gold entered the WSOP main event and played one of the most dominant tournaments in poker history. Using relentless aggression and an uncanny ability to talk his opponents into bad decisions, Gold bulldozed his way through the largest main event field ever at the time. His final hand, where his Queen-9 bested Paul Wasika's pocket tens, cemented his place in poker history.
Breathe, just breathe, relax.
Wasika needs a 10 or it's over.
Jamie Gold has done it!
Oh my God. You're awesome. You played awesome. You're awesome.
The victory earned him $12 million, the largest first-place prize ever awarded in a poker tournament, and made him a household name overnight. Over the years, Gold struggled with bankroll management and made a series of questionable financial decisions. Reports surfaced that he was forced to sell off portions of his WSOP bracelet winnings to cover debts, further tarnishing his once glorious reputation. Despite his main event win, Jamie Gold's poker career never reached the same heights again. His aggressive and unpredictable style, which worked so well during the 2006 WSOP, was less effective against seasoned professionals in high-stakes games. As his bankroll dwindled, Gold shifted to smaller buy-in tournaments and promotional appearances, far from the spotlight of the poker world's elite. Gold's live tournament earnings outside of his WSOP win remain modest, with only a few small cashes in subsequent years. He struggled to prove himself as more than a one-hit wonder, and his results have often been overshadowed by the controversies and challenges he faced off the table. Jamie's record-breaking WSOP win stands as a testament to his talent and ability to seize the moment, but his struggles in the years that followed highlight the challenges of sustaining success in poker. The swings in poker can be brutal, but for some players, losing it all isn't just about the cards. They willingly give their fortunes away. Curious about the poker pros who chose generosity over bankroll? Click here to discover the fascinating stories of those who gave it all up for a greater cause.